to say. I want to say that I moved here in 2001, Stedman and I, who is in Chicago because he hasn't figured out that this is paradise, this is where you live. So he's the one who's still going back and forth, but everybody's asked me, well, when are you here? I live here. So I'm always here. And from the very first moment that I received an email that this was happening, I put this on my calendar. I said, no matter what's going on in the world, this is where I'm going to be on April 14th. So I just want to say, when I discovered this place, Santa Barbara, Montecito, and the home that belonged to Bob Vellos, who spoke on behalf of all of our neighbors. Bob, hello, everybody. Bob Vellos and Marlene Vellos, they're my angels in this community, literally. And so they had the home that I purchased, that Bob still says that I got as a steal. And I actually agree with you. I think you're right, because I think there's no price to be paid for contentment, tranquility, peace, and paradise. And I named the property the Promised Land. And originally it was called Tara because I had loved Gone with the Wind, and when Scarlett wanted to get back to Tara, and I called it Tara 2. And then one morning I was walking around the property and I said, Scarlett O'Hara wishes she had this. And I realized that it was deeper, richer, more profound, and filled with more amazing grace than a movie thing could ever exhibit. And so I called it the Promised Land because many of you may not know this, but on the night before he was assassinated, Martin Luther King gave a speech to the sanitation workers in Memphis, and it's a very famous speech. And in that speech he said, I may not get there with you, but one day I know we will reach the Promised Land. And so for me, my home here in Santa Barbara feels like the land that Martin Luther King never reached, but I was allowed to reach because he was a bridge to now for me. And so the Promised Land for me is sacred. It is holy ground. It is not just a place where I live. It is a place that, even though I paid Bob Vellos a fair price at the time, every day I wake up there feels like a gift. And so when I heard, because I was in South Africa with my girls in school in South Africa, that they were graduating the first few days of December. And when I heard that my home was under siege from the fire, it's the first time that I felt a crack in my spirit. And when I heard that my 5 dogs had to be evacuated and then moved to Palo Alto and all that, I literally dropped in my knees in prayer. And so I am here tonight to say what Meister Eckhart, who is a 13th century mystic and philosopher, said. If the only prayer you ever say in your life is thank you, that will be enough. I am here to say thank you. I'm here to say thank you to you, Chip, and I'm here to say thank you to your entire team. I'm here to say thank you to the other 50 members of the fire department in Santa Barbara and the 8,000 who joined you. I'm here to say thank you, not just for putting your life on the line, but for signing up for it before you even knew your life was going on the line. Because what it means to be a person who says, I'm going to sign up to protect and serve, means that you have literally signed up for the highest calling on earth. Because one of my other favorite quotes from Dr. King is, not everybody can be famous, although he'd be shocked to know about the selfies today. Everybody thinks they are because of how many likes they get on their Facebook pages. He's rolling around in his grave. He can't believe it. But the quote is, not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great, because greatness is determined by service. So when you sign up in your life for a job that says, I choose to serve, it means that you have volunteered in the hierarchy of greatness. It means that you have volunteered, that you have offered yourself in service to other people in a way that a lot of people don't understand, because most people go through life and they're only thinking about themselves. They're thinking about their selfies, they're thinking about how many likes they got, they're thinking about what's going on in their own lives. But the men and women in this room who are part of the Santa Barbara Fire Department and who literally put your lives on the line even before you knew that day was coming, with the Thomas Fire and all the other experiences and events and crises before. It says that there is a higher calling on your life, that in some intimate, spiritual, deep down way, you knew even before you signed up for that. And I am just here to say thank you, because it takes extraordinary goodness, it takes extraordinary grace, it takes extraordinary compassion, and it takes extraordinary giving to say that I'm going to sign up to give myself and to put myself on the line for other people, so that their lives can not only be better, but can be safer, can be protected, can be filled with honor, can feel with a sense of security, feel with a sense of not being harmed. And so even before you knew it was going to happen, you put yourselves on the line. And so the most powerful prayer anyone can say is thank you, and I offer that to you all tonight. Thank you.